This PSA was brought to you by The Peter G Show.
You may have second thoughts after the show.
But don't drink the positive.
We're really talented. We should get Oscars.
Just pick out a car, for Christ's sake.
No, hi, my name is Peter.
Yeah, I want. Here's good.
Yeah.
Madam Perry.
I need to get back in the genie bottle.
Louis from Pennsylvania, you're on. He likes it. It's showtime.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, divorce dad, single dad, divorce dad, single dad, Peter G Show.
That's right, it's showtime. Wednesday, coming at you. How the hell is everybody? My name is Peter G, and you're watching Life with Peter G, the Peter G Show, right here. Every Wednesday, like clockwork, God willing, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Hope everybody is doing well. Have a great show for you tonight. Once again, stepping out of the realm, taking it to the edge. We're going to go into the paranormal tonight. That's right. For those of you that know me, you know that I am into this kind of stuff. You know that I've had many psychic mediums on this show over the past year and a half or so, or more, almost 2 years. And I'm intrigued by this. And whether you believe or not, maybe I'm just entertaining you, but take a look, pay attention. You just don't know. Again, I too used to just wave my hand and go nonsense. But as you get older, sometimes your mind opens up and the brain develops a little bit more, and you start thinking about things that just might be possible. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's not possible. So we're opening up those doors. And tonight on this show, I'm going to have paranormal investigator Brandon Collins. Now, the thing about it is, we met in a very unique way, and I'm going to tell you about that in a little while. But he's going to be on the show, and where he walks around graveyards with his electronic sensing equipment and trying to find vibrations, and everything is electricity. Our bodies are electricity. The world is electricity. And he tries to find those frequencies of spirits and things like that. And you can judge for yourself. But again, I have a story that kind of brought us together, and I think everything happens for a reason. And I'm going to tell you about it in a few minutes. But that's who's on the show tonight, and I think you're going to find it pretty. I think it's fascinating, and maybe it's eerie, maybe it's spooky, maybe it's baloney to you. But one thing for sure, it's entertainment with a purpose. So you're not going to want to stick around. You're not going to want to miss this. As always, a little bit of housekeeping. I love you guys for watching. I do. But I'm still having trouble with YouTube. And I'm having to rebuild that channel. And they really have throttled me back. And it's hard for me to push until I get a certain amount of people on there again. So please, 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 if you're watching from all the other platforms, like your LinkedIn's or your Facebooks and things like that, I know that you're watching, and I love you for it. But go over to YouTube and just type in Peter G Show and just go hit the subscribe button and then ring that bell so it notifies you. It's free. Just do that to help me. I need to stay on YouTube. I don't need to. I want to stay on YouTube. And I'm trying to not get punished anymore. And when I start doing edgier shows, I will turn off that YouTube channel. I've learned how to deal with it. But in the meantime, I had to pay the price, and we're slowly creeping back up there. And I do mean slowly. It's harder than it was the first time. And because a lot of people just think that they're already on, not knowing they had to restart and all that kind of stuff. So please hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Sorry, I got to get into this every week because there's always new people coming around. I need you to know this. Also, I love you guys for watching. I do. But if you can't watch, you can take the Peter G Show on the road with you. You can put an earbud in your ear. You can Google Peter G Show podcast, audio only. And you can listen to the Peter G Show while you're driving in the car, while you're at work. Because God knows work is boring, right? anywhere while you're exercising, doing anything that you can't be watching because either it's unsafe or you just can't be in front of something visual. Take the Peter G Show with you. Podcast, it's the next thing, best thing to be in there. And again, on 25 different platforms, your Amazon Music, your Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, it's easy to find. Easy to find. And with 300 shows that are up there, I'm sure you can pick a topic that's going to suffice your needs. Promise, because we cover a lot of ground. But I'm inviting you to do that. Join the fun people right here. Anyway, next, let's take a sip real quick. Woo! Smooth. All right, listen. We're going to have Paranormal Investigator Brandon Collins on in just about 2 minutes. But first, we're going to have a word from my good friends over at Clean Star Products with their DX1 Driver fuel additive that saves you money in gas. I'll be right back.
Let us help you with the high price of fuel. Hello, I'm Ty Thompson at CleanStarProducts.com. We can optimize your engine, saving you money in gas. Here's how. Our program works the same with gasoline and diesel engines. Whether you're using a car pack or SUV pack, the instructions are the same. Add 1 bottle to your engine oil, and each time you change your oil, add 1 bottle to the fuel tank each and every fuel fill-up. It's that easy. You get 10% fuel economy on average, lower emissions, and increased horsepower. DX1 sells for $2 an ounce, so for just a few dollars a fuel tank, you can optimize your engine, saving you money in gas. Come on, give it a try. It's the finest green-grade oil in the world from a California environmental company. You're going to feel it when you drive. Order online today. We'll get it out right away. CleanStarProducts.com/shop.
That's right, people. CleanStarProducts.com. They have something that actually works. Save money and fuel. Get up to 10% better fuel economy. This little bitty bottle right here. Average size car. If you have a truck or SUV like I do, a little bit bigger of a bottle. But you pour this into a clean oil change. Lasts the whole oil change. And every time you fill up your tank, you put one of these little bottles into your fuel tank. Plata. Cleans out your system. Gets you more horsepower. Cleaner emissions, less friction, more lubricity. Take care of your car. I have an older vehicle, one of my trucks. I want it to last forever. It's a good old truck. If you take care of your body takes care of you, just like Clean Star Products for your engine. Save up to 10% in fuel. It works, and it passes California air emissions, and if it can pass California, it can pass anything. Clean, green product that works. Contact them at CleanStarProducts.com. If you have questions, they'll talk to you. Tell them the Peter G Show sent you. Like I said, it just pays to save money and help your vehicles last longer because gas is expensive and cars are not cheap either. It works. Okay. As promised, I hope you got your popcorn. I hope you ready. Sit down. Because to me, I find this kind of interesting. But I'm going to bring them in, and then I'm going to tell you this little story. And we're going to get right to it. So, again, make sure, I don't want anybody getting scared. It's spooky. But I don't want you to get scared. So, man up. All right? So, without further ado, I'm going to bring them in. And, ladies and gentlemen, Paranormal Investigator and new friend of the show, Brandon Collins. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm glad that we were able to make this happen because, as I mentioned, I think everything happens for a reason. But I find what you do, I don't want to say fascinating, but, intriguing. I don't know what got you started into this whole thing, but why don't you do this? We'll start off with this, and then I want to tell this little story on how we met. But why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you're doing and why you're doing it real quick, so that way everybody can kind of get acquainted with you.
Okay. Well, I've been investigating on TikTok, and I usually go out to the graveyards and other haunted areas, and I use a spirit box. and I try to communicate with the spirits, see if they have any last words for their families, or anything they want to say. Because everybody wants to talk. I'm sure a spirit wants to talk too. I find it fascinating. Some of the answers I get is very compelling. It just intrigues me. It's more of a side thing.
No, I hear you with the side thing. The thing is, a lot of people, that they're going to say, "Come on, Peter, it's all bullshit." I mean, you must get people like that. How long have you been doing it? How long have you been doing it?
Well, I just started TikTok, probably about 5 months ago. And I actually was watching, I've always been a paranormal person. I've always watched the shows. I've always investigated stuff. But I started watching TikTok and I seen other people doing this. And I thought, this is right up my alley. And I jumped headfirst into it. And
so you've been at it only a short time is what you're saying?
On TikTok, but I've been doing it, paranormal stuff most of my life.
Okay. All right, there we go. Because let's backtrack a little bit, because I found you on TikTok by accident. Now, let's face it, TikTok is a big world. There's everything on there. There's all kinds of things, including other people such as yourself doing the same thing all over the country.
Correct. Yeah.
But yet, one morning, I'm flipping through TikTok and I find you. I didn't know it was you. And I found somebody walking through a cemetery and doing what you do. And I'm looking at it. I'm going, because I can tell by environments. Environments are like, I know, like where I live in California compared to where you live in Florida, it looks completely different. The land, the trees, the grounds, everything. And I'm looking at it and going, God, that looks so much like where I'm from in Pensacola. And I'm watching. And as I keep on watching, as your camera, because you go walking around, and we're going to talk about your spirit box and the electronics you use and things like that. And we're going to show some videos and things. But so you go walking around trying to find energy that will speak through your phone through an app that scans electricity and all that kind of stuff, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so you're walking around to all kinds of graves, old ones, tore up ones, all kinds of things. And as you're walking around, I can see in the background, I'm going, God, that looks so much like the cemetery where my parents are buried at.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, and as I keep looking, I was, son of a bitch, it is. So not only did I find you doing this, but you're in the town that I grew up in, and you're in the cemetery that my parents are buried at. Now, let's face it, there's I don't know how many cemeteries, but there's a lot of cemeteries, period.
Yeah.
And you're on a live. You're doing a TikTok live.
Completely live, yep.
Yeah, completely live. So I'm watching it, and there's probably like 400 or 500 people watching you. So you can comment on the lives, and I just double check, and it's early in the morning for me. I'm 2 hours behind you over there, and I type in, I go, "Are you in Pensacola?" And so you're doing this, but you're also trying to read the comments and things like that. And you said, "Yeah, Pensacola." I said, "Is that so-and-so cemetery?" And you said, "Yeah." I go, "My parents are buried there." And I told you where they were, and because of that landmark, there's that big green thing that, you went right to them, and you said, "You want me to talk to them?" And I'm going, "Sure, go right ahead."
Yeah.
And immediately when I saw you going to it, I started to get my phone and I started to screen record. And knowing that you're recording, but I wanted to screen record. And you're talking, and I mean, there was a little bit of energy floating around. I mean, people were commenting that they were hearing things. I know a lot of times when watching your videos, you said that you can't really hear everything it's saying until you get it home to recheck things, correct?
Correct, yeah. I mean, sometimes it comes in clear, but then sometimes it sounds like, a little jumbled, and you don't hear it in the moment kind of thing. You know?
Well, I'm hearing things, and it's a little weird. And you're telling me that sometimes that these spirits come in their old natural voices, and I'm hearing things. I'm going, I don't hear this. I don't hear this. And then I go to stop the recording because, you kind of stayed there for a few minutes, and then you walked away and started walking around. And then all of a sudden my phone said screen recording could not record or something like that. And that rarely ever happens for me. I do a lot of screen recording Normally everything is good. The only time it won't do it is if the memory in your phone is full, which it wasn't. So I didn't capture it. And as you're walking away, because your vehicle is on the other side of the cemetery. It's a large cemetery. All of a sudden, people are hearing little things like Peter, and I saw people commenting, and and you go, I don't know, I'll go home and I'll check it tonight, and blah blah blah. Well, we spoke after that event, and then you said, "Don't worry, I got it, and I download everything from the live, and I will, check it out." And I said, "Okay, cool," because mine did not record, and it really, I don't get it. Needless to say, I had chill bumps all up and down me when we were doing this.
Yeah.
But so then I call you, or I don't talk to you for a few days, and we got in contact with each other, and we actually had a phone conversation. And you said, "Don't worry, when I download it, it's going to go to YouTube and all that." And then what did you tell me when you tried to download it a day later or whatever it was?
Yeah, it's the first time this has ever happened to me. Those videos were I couldn't download them. I couldn't watch them. It just said they were unavailable for technical issues. And that's the first time I've ever had this happen out of all the lives I've ever done. It was very, very odd.
So lucky me, for some reason, both of us at the same time are having issues when you decide to go over and speak in front of my parents' grave, or your whole live was corrupted. The files were corrupted. But so we said, okay, either way, I want to get you on the show. And here we are down the road, because I find it, I want to talk about this stuff because I find it, like I said, unique and kind of fascinating and intriguing for those who don't believe. Let's try and explain to everybody how you do what you do, because, you told me that this app that you use, it's a spirit box. Now, I had this psychic medium. Her name was Amy Gillespie. She's been on my show. Gillespie. She's been on my show last year, and she's pretty big in the medium world. She speaks to the dead. Okay. And she plays around with that, and she claims that they're real also, that you can get stuff out of those, not everything, but you can get stuff out of those spirit boxes, so to speak. You're using something electronic that's in the phone. And now explain to people how it kind of works with the radio signals and all that, and what you're expecting to get.
Okay, well, most paranormal people use an SV7, and what it does is basically it's just like a radio, but it scans through those radio stations super fast, and it picks up little blurps or words, and apparently the spirits can manipulate the frequency in it and get their message out. I started using the phone app Vox, and I didn't believe in it. I just was like, it's an app, there's no way it can be real. But the more I use it, the more compelling answers I get. And I've noticed pairing it to the SB7, it's just as credible. I mean, it's amazing. The stuff that I've captured.
Yeah, because what you do is you kind of did it, because I heard you talking on one of your videos. I've watched many of your videos, and some guy that was doing the same thing you were, but he didn't know how to get it on his phone. Like, you use two phones. You do one for the TikTok live, and I don't know how you have it through a Bluetooth speaker, so it's recording the audio, but yet you're doing so it's kind of cool that you can capture everything, plus you're walking around filming the site at the same time.
Right.
And so this is how you're getting all those videos. And again, there's people all over the place doing this, but I happen to bump into you. And what's the odds of that out of all these places, all the people, and I said, okay, you got me. So I'm going to pay attention, and we're going to talk about this stuff. Now, a lot of these videos you sent me, we picked a few videos to show as examples and things like that of what you do. But a lot of people, like, with that Vox, we're going to play the videos, and people are going to get an idea of what it sounds like and all that. It's kind of eerie sounding, like there's all this reverb, and and sometimes you can hear radio stations popping through. You can tell the difference between radio station talk and spirit talk, because they're completely 180. At least to me.
A lot of times when it's a radio, picking up, it'll say something like insurance coverage or something, something like that. That way, it's a radio station. Right. But then when you ask a question and you get a direct answer, it's a yes or no, or
Right. You know that's not radio talk.
Yeah.
Like that's not in any normal radio talk conversation. And the tone of the voices are very different as well a lot of times.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, so it's kind of creepy. Now, I'm going to tell you again, we're going to get a lot of naysayers because, I think it's just only human to be skeptical about these things because either you believe or you don't believe. And I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but there's a couple of things that were happening, and I'm going to play one video that even while you were videotaping it, you didn't realize it happened. And I've played this video over and over and over to see if you could have faked it with an edit or something like that, and there's no way. It was a video of that you were looking at a mausoleum, and there was a gated gate with a lock. And about 18 seconds into it, while you're talking, that lock just moves real quick, up and down. But you didn't know that until somebody texted you, and then you went back and looked at it again. I'm going to play that. I'm going to play this video, and then we'll go from there. So let's check
People
it out.
on my line said the lock moved, so I did a replay, and it did.
John, can you swing it for the fence? You say something about the fence?
Ashley Thompson.
Ashley Thompson? Heard of Ashley Thompson? Does anybody know an Ashley Thompson?
I'll be on my...
Now with Apple... I would just... Green spring.
Michael Jackson?
I said what?
I don't know if Michael Jackson will come through. We can ask. Michael Jackson, can you come through?
The Nash...
I'll ask for him.
Are you on?
Yeah, it's locked. Natalie?
And an architect.
Oh! You put a spring in... Like then...
Eats. Dogs can be...
You seen the lock move, really?
I'm going to play that up till that lock moves again real quick, but because it's very subtle and it's at the very beginning. But the thing is, yeah, it just moves a little bit. It flickers up and down, but you're not near it. You're not touching it. You're not even paying attention to it. And that lock moves. And even when I just watched it now, I got goosebumps because, again, I've seen it over and over again because I know I'm going to get people going, you know what, this is all baloney. It's crap. Go explain it then. Go explain. I'm not saying that this doesn't happen all the time to you.
No.
Yeah. So, but it's something that you captured that you didn't even know you captured. And again, I'm going to play it right up to the point. And again, it's right here at the very beginning. And it's a very subtle move, and you guys can rewind the show after the show is over or go check it out on his TikTok. So I'll direct you to after, but let's just check out the very first piece again.
People on my line said the lock moved, so I did a replay, and it did.
John, can you
swing it for the fence?
You say something about the fence?
Ashley Thompson.
Ashley Thompson?
Right there. Yeah. Right before you say Ashley Thompson, it's just the subtle. There I go again. I got the goosebumps again.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. I didn't see it live. It just, it was right when when I was doing it. I guess I was kind of looking inside the mausoleum and not at the lock.
Sure.
And, I went to go walk away from the mausoleum, and everybody's like, the lock moved, and I was like, really? I said, well, I'll check it on the replay, and that's how I, got the video. Yeah, because a lot of times you could be even filming, but you're reading comments, you're doing all that stuff, and you might, and obviously you missed something that was the biggest deal about that whole video. I mean, it's a very subtle move, but it's up and down, and it's right there, right before you say whatever name Thompson was. But you can hear the way it sounds. It's very eerie. That app, it's got all that reverb on it, and you can tell like a radio blurb. You can hear it. It's like fast talk, but yet that friggin' lock move. So it's like, explain that one. Yeah. And it said swinging for the fence. Whenever I looked at the lock, it said something about swinging for the fence or something. So I kind of panned over to the fence.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Again, we're going to just show a few of these and let people, start to get adjust to the way it sounds. You're used to it, and you decipher. Now, a lot of times I see you putting these little banners. Do you go home and put the words so that way it's more legible?
yeah, I go when I go home. What I do on TikTok is I upload my video and I run it through TikTok's caption, and a lot of times the caption will tell me what they're saying, and I caption it out, and then the ones that the TikTok doesn't capture, I go ahead and caption those ones out too. But I have to listen to it over and over and over just to kind of understand what they're saying.
Right. Right. Some things are very legible. Some things are not.
A 2-minute video on TikTok takes me 2 hours sometimes. Maybe, that's ridiculous.
I know, preaching to the choir. Like I said, this is going and doing it's the easy part. It's the after work. Yeah, but it's cool because you help spell it out a little bit better. And maybe you're correct. There's some that I'm going, I don't know if he said that or not. But the thing is, there's a lot of them that are.
Well, I mean, I have friends that tell me all the time. They say I hear something different, and I'm like, well, I mean, these are just either TikTok's opinion on what they said, or it's my opinion on what they said. And then other people hear different things.
Right. Well, it's either way, it's all good. Again, fascinating. And the more you dig into it, the more you start to understand it or not. And there's days that you can go out there and nothing's going on, correct?
Yeah. Nothing. They're not talking to me. They're, there's no kind of weird energy feel, because your body's like your best detector for energy, or, the hair stand up on the back of your neck, stuff like that. That's, but sometimes I go out there and I don't hear nothing. I don't feel nothing. So, but on that day that was crazy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna play another video so people can start getting a little more of the feel of how the sound and the voices that come out. And this one's another daytime video because you do some nighttime ones, which I think are crazy. But but here's a daytime video, and just to get a grip on. And I think this is something that you felt was pretty strong because you were relating to it on the video, and we'll talk about it after it's over. But check this out.
Stolen.
Stolen? What was stolen?
Kitty.
I literally just seen a kitty.
What was stolen? This whole area is like
Touch.
Touch? Did it say touch? You want me to touch this? I didn't.
Nothing.
Ooh, that's
Eyes.
the eyes. Touch the eyes?
Oh.
Alright, I'm touching the eyes.
Great. And with some.
Able to.
I think it said leave. They always say leave or.
Well,
Guys. Let's see if we can set this on here.
wouldn't the. And from the.
Alright, guys. My phone is nowhere near that.
Making sure.
That should not be lighting up like that if there's nothing here.
Right point. Important.
There's definitely spirit energy here.
All
guys.
is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a bench. Sit down somewhere. I've been walking for a while.
Yep.
Make my way back to my truck. My truck's way down there.
I think. And
Go stand in the middle.
Check out.
Go stand in the middle of what?
practice.
No, wait.
Hello, Spirit. Would you like to speak with us today?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Assistance.
Is there a last message you would like to leave? It's maybe your family. I don't know what that said. What did that say, guys?
The participant.
I'm using a spirit box app. Vox goes to
To his left.
his left.
20.
I wonder if it means over here.
Yeah, that one was kind of creepy.
Okay, but explain to me how we're getting all those light rainbow colors around the graves. What is making that happen?
Okay, that's a TikTok filter. It's called Reality Ripple, and basically what it does is it senses energy. I can point it at 100 gravestones and nothing will light up, but it's that one that I pointed at and it lights up. It lets me know that there's some kind of energy there, some kind of, it's an energy. I don't know how to explain it. But.
Now, look, I hear you, but telling this to a bunch of people that we're reaching, they're going, yeah, sure.
Well, that brings us to the K2 meter. The K2 meter, it picks up electric, the magnetic field, electric. So basically, a lot of people will use these, and you see how it has the green, and basically, they'll walk around their house, and when it starts lighting up, it lets you know that there's some kind of energy there. So that's basically what the TikTok Reality Ripple does for me in a graveyard.
But that little meter you have, that looks like something you buy at Home Depot or something like that. Is it?
You can buy them on eBay.
That's a specific meter for
ghost hunting.
Okay, I didn't know whether it was just some kind of electric testing meter.
I mean, I don't see an electrician using it. Most of your paranormal investigators that you watch on TV and stuff like that will use a K2 meter because a K2 meter is pretty reliable. Like, it will not light up unless there's something there. Huh. So that's why I take it out there sometimes. If I see that glow on a gravestone or something, I will break out the K2 meter just to kind of back it up.
Okay, because you realize that my point being is I'm telling people that you're telling people or telling me and all my viewers or listeners or that TikTok has something in there to pick up electrical energy. Go TikTok. It's like, sure, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm sure the people that use Reality Ripple they don't use it for the same reasons I do. They probably just do it so they, their body glows. Like, if I was to point it at a person, their whole body would glow because it picks up, human shapes or human, that's how that filter works, basically, It's the same like a SLS. An SLS will pick up and map in a human figure.
Will that do it on everything you pointed at? Or that's the thing. It didn't look like it did it on everything.
No. The Reality Ripple will only light up with energy. Like, you could point it at your arm or yourself, and it's going to light you up because you are energy.
Right.
So.
But yet you're pointing at stone, monuments that have no electricity. That's stone.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I can point it at 100 headstones and it won't light up, and then it's just that one that lights up. I will try to communicate with that person, that entity.
Wow. Well, I mean, you don't have to convince me. I get it, but I just trying to bring it out to people who do have, because I get a lot of look, and I don't blame people for being skeptical. I question everything. However, I do listen to weigh it out. I don't just throw it out the door, and that's what we're trying to do here. Because I wouldn't have you on the show if I thought it was baloney. Because I got plenty of things to do or entertain with. But again, I think this is something that people need to open their minds to, because I truly don't believe your body, when you're gone, I don't believe you're ever really gone. But that's how I'm learning more and more about it. But the people that say no, you when you die, you're worm food, and I said, well, I'll see you when I see you, and then we'll have a talk later.
Right, exactly.
If not, joke's on me, but we'll see. But okay, so what? Let me. You go out into the cemeteries. I find that you're out there at night, and I think, like, number one, it's nighttime, it's dark as hell out there. But I mean, don't you get creeped out when you're going out there at night?
No, in fact, I want to see something. I'm hoping to see something. That's just I don't scare very easily.
Yeah.
Because it's something I'm interested in. In a paranormal, when you're a paranormal investigator, you want to capture something, and 9 times out of 10, you're not going to capture anything paranormal. But it's that one time.
I hear you, but you're out there by yourself.
Yeah, most of the time I go by myself. Nobody wants to go. None of my friends want to go.
I'm more about other things, like people, or not the right people being at the wrong place at the wrong time because they're out there hanging out, shooting up, or doing something stupid. I mean, it happens. You know what I mean?
That's what I worry about more than anything is people, I guess.
Yeah, because it's dark out there. I mean, I'm looking at these videos and it's pretty dark. And we're going to take one. This one, these next couple of two are they're about 3-4 minutes long. But you need to get the whole vibe and everything. And I'm gonna play this one first. This is you out there at night, and then we'll talk about it real quick, and then go to the next night one, because the next night one really gave me the creeps. Even when I was uploading it, we'll talk about it in a minute. But check this one out.
I would love to.
You'd love to what? Talk to me, spirit. Just letting him talk, guys.
As Marcella.
Charles Cannon. Charles Cannon. Who's this? There's a lot of Spanish. I believe there was a lot of Spanish buried out here. I'll always hear Spanish out here, guys. Look at this one right here, guys. I know I've showed this one before. Let's go to this one. Let's go to this one here. Jesus.
So.
I can't read it. It's so dark out here, guys. Let me show you how dark it is, guys. I'm gonna turn off my flashlight.
Listening in this.
It's insane. 3 o'clock. I was hoping to see something kind of creepy out here, guys.
Little yellow pill.
Little yellow pill. There's some woods over there. Hearing stuff walking around out there. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Could be an animal. Is it fairly new?
Emily.
Emily? I'm here, Emily. Tell me your story. What happened to you?
He's like, mission's gonna.
I'm gonna have to go back and review some of those voices. I can't hear them. I don't know what they're saying. shit, what was that? What was that, guys? Something was back here. Let's go. Let's go back here. I'm telling you guys, something's moving in these fucking woods over here or something. I don't know. Fucking crazy. Damn shit. People just laughed at me. I know they're getting to me.
I would not be walking around there at 3 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
by myself, looking for thrills.
Oh man, I love it.
I just think it's kind of eerie. And again, you're walking around, you don't know what you're going to get. You know, I mean, that one was kind of, you know, I was just fascinated the fact that you're out there by yourself in the middle of the night doing that. Like, can't sleep, you got insomnia. I mean, I don't get it. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. But there are some. This video, next video I want to play was really the one that gave me the creeps. Even as I was uploading it for the show, because I was uploading it in real time. As I watched, I swear to God, from my ankles to my head, the hair started standing up on my arms. And this is another one with you out at night in the graveyard. But this one just really, I don't know why, but it just really got to me. And maybe it's just me freaking myself out, or maybe not. But check this out.
The dip.
Just heard something.
Pizza there.
What did it say?
It's like, wait.
Move forward. Okay. Yeah, pizza.
Free or
Three kids.
The kids. Yeah, those are all kids.
The others.
The others. All right, I'm kind of getting a little shaky. Stop.
like that.
To a 2-year kids.
Kids again. Did you hear that?
Culture that just if there's a
Turn right. 2 o'clock. Be like right there.
shit, yeah.
You see something right there? She's there. Oh, come on now. I'm starting to get the chills. Don't. Is she there?
Super booking.
Move forward.
When working for
Yeah.
the Lord.
Can you show yourself
The
to
others.
me? The others. Again. Thanks for the rose.
Because it
You can sit? Did it say I can sit? Where am I supposed to sit at? I'll sit. Okay. I don't know if I should, but I'm gonna sit. Okay.
Well, they shall be in.
All right. I'm sitting down. Helen?
Percent of your.
I think
Helen, can you speak with us? Use all your energy and talk to me.
old man.
Develop.
The stone, that one in front of me, this one?
Action can take.
How long did you?
I'm gonna.
of our sister. Get away.
You and
Is that? John Brick. I heard it say get away. I'm not here to hurt you. I just want to talk to you.
So-called.
I just want to talk to you. That's
I mean, was he?
My back.
Wi-Fi.
Back there, so.
Yeah, it could be watching.
What is the...
Could be watching over the children.
I don't know about you, but I was still getting chill bumps when
I actually had a medium on my live that was telling me which way to look and which way to go. They said they seen someone over there where I was looking, and that's why I was kind of directing the camera that way.
either way. I just, even when it walked over to you, was there really all children buried there?
Yeah, those are all unknown children. That graveyard, a lot of the people out there, they don't even have markers. They were all unknown. The Jane and the John Does, I believe, in the 1800s.
Wow. And I mean, literally, I could feel the vibration going through my body when I'm just watching that again. I don't know why. Again, I could be freaking myself out, but it just gave me the chills. And you're out there by yourself.
Yeah. Man.
Wow. Well, that's,
I actually, I had a skeptic, but her daughter was into the paranormal, and we went out there, and I told him, I said, we'll go out there, I'll take her out there. We'll have a good time, do an investigation, and like I said, the mom was skeptical. And I think by the time she left there, she was more of a believer because they said her last name and they said her daughter's name.
Really?
The box. Yeah. I'm just, So.
See, that's when you can't really deny it, because as I'm listening to even all these, the more that's blurting out, you can tell the more faster paced things are radio oriented. There are a couple of words of a sentence of somebody, but some things, again, just don't make sense that it could be, it just have to be kind of area related, I would think or hope.
Yeah.
Because again, with the kids and where is it going to find out? It doesn't know where you're at. It's just an app. You know what I mean? It's blind, and it's coming up with that stuff. Again, I'm hoping we'll keep following this and doing that. Now, there's one video. This is the last one I want to play because we're already starting to run out of time. This one I'm going to be a little bit skeptical about. You went into some house or something like that, correct?
This was a B&B, a bed and breakfast. It's a haunted bed and breakfast. I had went out for a smoke.
You were staying there?
Yeah, we rented it for the night, and we let her know what we were doing. We were going to do an investigation of the house, and it was crazy.
Okay, because I couldn't understand how you were walking in and all the lights were on, but yet there was nobody there. I thought this was somebody's. I didn't know what it was, honestly. I didn't know you were staying there, because I'm going, how are you walking all around somebody's house? And was that local or was that far away?
Yeah, that's downtown, in the downtown area.
Because a lot of those houses, they're all built way, way back, in the day. Because Pensacola was, supposedly founded, in the 1582 or something like that. Yep. With the Spanish Armada and all. So there's tons of history there. You ever been out to Fort Pickens to check it out or anything like that?
I've got a bunch of videos on my TikTok of Fort Pickens.
Anything come out of that?
A lot of military stuff. So yeah.
Like for sure? Like, just you cannot deny it?
Can't deny it. I mean,
I'm not saying I would think that's what you would get, but just again, I'm for the naysayers, for the skeptics and all that. So I thought I saw videos.
The more I use it, it's just I can't debunk this app.
Crazy, kind of crazy. So you were in this house and a door opened up, but now as I'm watching this, and we're gonna play the video, it seemed like a pretty breezy night though, and that's why I'm gonna. And the door was not closed.
The way that door works is when it clicks, it's dead bolted, and you have to actually open it with a key.
Right.
So, and you can hear the door like click, and that's when I turned around. And
because what I thought the door was just pushed closed, but not click closed. And I'm looking at the end of the video, I see the flag that's hanging, waving pretty strong. And I'm thinking, well, those houses are old and drafty. It just probably pushed the door open from the breeze. You're telling me that door was locked, clicked, closed.
Yeah,
You needed the key to get back in.
You need the key to get back in it, yeah.
That's not what it looks like to me, but that's why I'm bringing it to your attention, because it looked like it was just pushed like right before it's to close, because you can see I thought I saw a crack of light.
Right.
But is that before you caught it? Before it?
Yeah. Well, when I first went out, it was click close, and then it just I can hear it. That's why I spun around, and it just opened up on itself.
I didn't pay attention to that, but we're gonna look at it and we're gonna check this out. So let's watch this video.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
Told you these doors have been opening on me, guys. Since I got here, they've been opening.
Mosaic.
I heard a little knock or a click, but again, I wasn't looking for that. And when your camera faces it, you could already see a little crack in the door. And I'm thinking, okay, if you're outside, you stepped outside and you didn't lock yourself out, and the breeze just kind of blew it open.
There's no way that breeze could have blew that door open. I mean, I closed it until it clicked, and then you have to literally put a key in the door to open it. I mean, it doesn't just open up with a handle. It's a deadbolt kind of lock.
I get it. Yeah, I have I get that. But
the thing about that place is I had 3 doors open 3 different doors open in that B&B, and the first time it happened, I wasn't even recording. I was just getting all my stuff unpacked, and it was in our room, and the door opened up. So that kind of was like, all right, that was kind of creepy. And then when I went out to go have a smoke right there on that video, I shut that door and it opened up on itself. I mean, the breeze, I mean, it could have pushed it open, but I don't see how it could have unlocked it.
Again, now you're telling me something I didn't know, because I just thought it was a door that was pushed almost closed, and a little breeze could have just coincidentally at the time of doing that. But you're telling me that door was locked, catch lock. No way to. If it was locked, you couldn't have pushed on it to open it up unless you unlocked it to turn the lock to open the way.
Yeah, that's how that door is set up. Mm-hmm.
That's okay. It's shedding a little more light. I just want to watch the first little quarter of that video again, because to hear that little click sound. Where are we at? Right here.
No fucking way. No
way.
No way. Yeah. That was a good night there. I had
and
fun.
You're telling me you went there with your girlfriend?
Yeah, me and her, we rented the room, and it's a bed and breakfast. So like in the morning you go down and have breakfast, and the lady that owns it, she lives downstairs. Like in a back kind of room or something.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I had a blast. It was great.
It'd be funny. She's down there with all kinds of TV monitors, and she's making doors move and shit.
I mean,
Scooby Doo. It's another Scooby Doo, adventure. But I mean, look, again, there's a lot of history in that town and a lot of old places. But I just thought that was a draft deal because I've been in houses like that that friends have rented back in the day, and they were drafty and old. They weren't properly insulated, and just the right breeze blowing through could make the curtains move, and make yeah. But you tell me that door was closed. That door was closed. Wow. All right, look, we're running out of time, and this really sucks. But again, so you're doing this on a pretty consistent basis. You're pretty much into this now, huh?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. Well, look,
any free time I got, I'm out there. I enjoy it.
That's like your version of going fishing.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to let people know if they want to follow you and check you out, that they can, if providing they go to TikTok, that they can find you on Spooky Adventures 3, because there's a bunch of spooky adventure stuff, but you're Spooky Adventures 3 on TikTok, and you have dozens of videos up there, right?
Oh yeah, I got tons, and my YouTube and my Instagram is the exact same name, but I mainly use TikTok for my paranormal stuff.
All right. So they can find you, and you have a YouTube page and a Instagram, you said, as well?
Yeah, all my lives, I usually upload them onto YouTube so they can watch the whole live in entirety, and
except for the live that we happen to both be sharing, and
except for that live, that's the only one I've ever had that happen.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird thing, but I'll tell you what, though. How about when I get over there, which won't be, it won't be long from now. I mean, because I'm back and forth quite a bit. I want to go out there with you and try it again, just you and I, and we'll film it again, and just for shits and giggles or whatever, just to, maybe something will catch on, or maybe it won't. But I feel like I really wish I had that recording, because I think there was a little bit of something there, but when you're in the moment, you miss a lot of things. Correct. But why both my camera 2,000 miles away didn't record, and why yours ended up not being able to repeat itself, I do not know. But my daughter said, well, maybe they didn't want you to do that.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
All right, well, I get it. Well, look, I appreciate you taking the time and letting me share this stuff with you, because again, I think knowledge is power, and this isn't meant to be creepy. I think this is more meant to be that, like, things exist. There's things beyond our knowledge, our dimensions, and all that. Especially lately, I think everybody's talking about ascending into the next. We're 3-dimensional, but they're talking the 5th dimension now, and all things are going to start changing in our world. And I think it doesn't hurt to be open to what's it going to hurt, So
I'll leave you with this. What we know is a drop, and what we don't know is an ocean. You see what I'm saying?
No, I get it. Like I said, I'm in. It's just, I know I'm going to get people, because I did a show back about a month ago on extraterrestrials, and a woman that claims to be a contactee, a star seed. And she was explaining. I'm telling you, when I was talking, it took me almost 2 years to finally get her on the show because of scheduling. But I thought, I think she's nuts, but she's not nuts. Her husband was as sane as can be, and I had a great conversation with him off camera. And she, but she explained some things, and I follow things like that too. I don't think we can be the only ones in this universe. Or universes, and she, so. But already I was getting the comments, it's like, I could comment, but I'm not going to, like they're being smart asses. And it's like, okay. And she just says, everybody's got to follow their own journey, and it is what it is. But she told her story, and whether you want to believe it or just take it and keep it in the back of your mind or not, same thing with you. We're letting you, I'm hearing what you do. Again, the odds of me bumping into you and you doing that, and then us being from the same area, and then you're at the cemetery where my parents are buried.
Yeah.
I just felt like I am not passing up this opportunity, because everything happens for a reason. So I'm going to take that. And again, Brandon, I appreciate your time. I truly do. And I obviously now we're going to be in touch, and
yeah,
I'll probably have a piece. We'll make a new piece that we will add on down the road here by the fall. I'm sure that we will be meeting in person and going for it. So right. I thank you. Is there anything you want to leave? You left us with that drop. Is there any other words of wisdom, anything before I let you go? Otherwise, I'm gonna.
Sometimes if you don't believe in something, that's fine. That's your opinion. But maybe you need to be a little open-minded to things.
Yeah. I mean, there's stuff that it's like, okay, stop. But there's some stuff that it's, I mean, we've always, religion, especially life after death, depending on what you believe or who you believe. But I think it's getting more and more prevalent, and people are becoming more receptive. And I think they better, because life is short, and who knows what's going to be happening next. But anyway, all right, look, again, thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Last look, for those of you who want to follow Brandon on TikTok, it's Spooky Adventures 3 on TikTok, and he's got dozens and dozens of videos. More, we just picked a couple of little things, and plus he goes live. You can contact him and talk to him, ask him whatever questions, and he takes requests, because he definitely took my request and went straight to the source, and unfortunately it didn't come out. But again, spooky, not sure. Let's see what happens. All right, brother, I appreciate your time.
All right, man. Thanks for having me on.
Bye, everybody.
All right, man.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, right there, live, Brandon Collins from Spooky Adventures 3 on TikTok. Now, again, it sounds kind of weird, strange, crazy, but I played some of these videos. You can check them out again, especially that one with like the lock and all that. It moved. It moved. And unfortunately, had the videos that he videoed when we spoke on his live that I accidentally fell into, and he went to my parents'. There was some weird stuff, and not creepy weird, but there was just a few things that I wish we would have had. But anyway, you check it out, believe what you want, but keep an open mind. Like I said, I think this is interesting stuff. I don't think it's all baloney. I think there's a lot to it. And go follow him, check it out. Check out the shows that we do. Watch it over and over again, because you get more and more out of it. Again, entertainment with a purpose. Hang on one second. Woo! Smooth. Spooky Adventures right there. Go find them on TikTok. All right, one more sleep. Everybody says, what do you got in that cup? It's the special sauce. So keeps me going. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching Life of Peter G, the Peter G Show. Again, we cover from A to Z. Today was paranormal. Next week, something else. Life. It's all about life. And tonight we even covered a lot of, death, life after death, or death after life. You want to put it any way you want to look at it. I don't think you really die. I think that, it's my crazy opinion, but we may, this vehicle may perish, but the souls live on. And again, the only way we're going to find out is when you find out. And as a couple of months ago, my ET contactee told me, which made total sense. If you knew what was supposed to happen in life, there'd be no purpose for you to be here. She said, if you knew what your end game was, there'd be absolutely no purpose for you to be here. And that made a lot of sense to me. She said, so I'm, just stay open. All I can say is open your minds. You may need these experiences in your pocket to refer to. But that's it. All right. I want to remind everybody, please, those of you, please, that have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, just go to the Peter G Show YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. It's free. Only takes a second, and then ring that bell so you get notifications. It'll tell you every time the show's on live, even though you can watch the shows anytime you want on demand on all the various live platforms. I think there's 11 live platforms, 3 Facebooks, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. I don't know. You know where they're at because you're watching me from them, obviously. BitChute. Don't even, too many. They're growing. Please hit the subscribe button on YouTube, though. I need to make a point over there because I am flat out admitting that rebuilding that channel has been a task. Also, if you're kind enough to give me the time and pay attention to the Peter G Show, but you don't have time to watch because you got to be somewhere, just take the show on the road with you. Just Google Peter G Show podcast. You can put an earbud in your ear, and there's 25 different platforms. You can listen to the audio. I try to be aware when I'm doing the shows to not do things that are only visual. Like tonight, definitely there's some videos that if you're listening to the podcast and I showed those videos, you have no idea what's going on. I apologize to the podcasters that were listening, but sometimes I can't help it. It's the only way I can get the point across. So when you have the time, you can go to one of the shows on demand and just watch the show, and then you'll go, aha, Now I see what the hell was going on while I heard all those weird sounds that was going on. But most of the time, I'm pretty aware when we're doing the shows that I try to keep them to where even the podcast people, the audio podcast people, can hear the show and understand what's going on. It's not totally visual, but I love visual. And I love you for paying attention and watching the show, especially live every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. on the East Coast, right here on Life of Peter G, the Peter G Show. So we're going to get out of here. I want to thank my sponsors, Clean Start Products with their DX1 driver fuel saver, for sponsoring me, knowing what I do and still sponsoring me. So I gotta give them credit for that. But go check out their product. It saves you money and fuel, and it makes sense to save money. That's for sure. I want to leave you as always with just be kind. Life is short. It's getting shorter too. And don't always, think before you speak sometimes. I'm forever learning that, and I'm trying to be better at it. I have been getting better at it. But again, you don't have to be an ass, but you don't have to take a lot of crap from people either. Just be kind, though, because what goes around comes around. And just, sometimes you got to let things go, but just be a decent human being, because life really is in a blink of an eye. And speaking of blinking of an eye, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of philosophy from comedian Rodney Norman, and then we're out of here. So as always, my name is Peter G, and as always, I love you guys. Peace out.
People keep asking me, hey, how do I find happiness in the world? Well, if you want to bring happiness in the world, the first secret is that most unhappiness is because because you're always wanting something. I want stuff, and people are always just trying to get stuff, I want a fancy car, I want a big fancy house. And then they get mad because they don't have a fancy house. And then they're looking at people who have fancy houses and fancy cars. And I don't have that cool stuff. Well, if you just stop wanting all the stuff, then you won't be unhappy. You're just like, hey, look at the stuff I got. I got stuff. This is pretty cool. I got stuff. And then you start thinking about people who haven't got the kind of stuff you got. They got less stuff, or they got no stuff. And then you go, hey, I should help them have stuff. And then you go and you help those people who don't have stuff have some stuff. And then you find out you're actually pretty happy about helping other people get stuff. And then when they get stuff, they're like, hey, it's pretty cool, I got stuff. But what I was really happy about is that people were being real nice to me. And I'm happier about the people. So I'm going to go help other people. That's the secret to be happy. Is just stop wanting stuff and just be nice to people. Okay. Okay. So we're okay. That was there. That was the whole thing. Okay.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, divorce dad, single dad, divorce dad, single dad, Peter G Show.